I'm Staff Sergeant David Glowacki. I'm a solar analyst stationed at Holloman Air Force Base. I was 28 years old when I joined the Air Force. I joined the Air Force for the job experience. I worked multiple jobs before the Air Force, did some schooling, and I just wanted to try something different. Why did I choose this job? I actually didn't choose this job. This job was chosen for me, and I was assigned this job based on my test scores, I believe. So I analyzed the sun for solar flares and any Dallas activity. Look for any proton events that would impact our satellites up in space. When a solar flare occurs, a lot of protons are ejected from the actual sun and they travel through space, and those particles can actually impact the electronics that we have on our orbiting satellites. We rely a lot on satellites for GPS communication, satellites for weather, just global communications, and if they're impacted by these solar flares, I mean, it could have a huge impact on our infrastructure, our space infrastructure. The parts of the job that make it challenging are probably the judgment calls. Nobody wants to be wrong, and when you're analyzing the sun, you see flares, and depending on the level of the severity of the flare, you have different messages you have to kick out, and if it's an event level, it's actually a warning, and you only have 2 minutes to issue that warning. So it can be pretty challenging to make that judgment call in less than 2 minutes. I've deployed to Kuwait and to Qatar. Being deployed, you actually get to see firsthand your actual impacts of your job, of how it actually impacts the military firsthand, versus being back stateside where it's more of like a training situation. It's a big responsibility. For 8 hours out the day, I'm the only eyes on the sun, and I have a lot of responsibility on me to protect all the assets that we have up in space. So I kind of take that as very challenging and also very rewarding.